Yo,
Yeah.
back at it, man.
Back at it.
It is time again. You know what time it is.
What's time?
That list is slowly coming out. It's coming out from that So man, we got
This is so good.
Mark Levin. The Democrat Party must be obliterated. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Obliterated.
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 Yes, let's go.
Obligation.
Why is he saying that? Why is he saying that?
Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin, and this is Life, Liberty, and Levin. I want to thank you for joining us. I think this is an incredibly important show. We're going to dismantle the Hunter Biden case. We're also going to dismantle what's been done to Donald Trump. We're also going to look into foreign policy. But before we do, I really believe in fate. And I believe God gives us a path to follow, and hopefully we can find that path and follow it.
Mm-hmm.
And some people do. Some people are athletes. Some people are professors.
Mm-hmm.
Some people make sure we're fed. They're farmers. They're truck drivers. You name it.
That's right.
For me, the path apparently is this.
Yeah.
What's this? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I spend my weekends and my nights and early mornings doing this, getting these bags under my eyes.
Oh man.
I don't sleep a lot. I just don't. Things worry me. Things concern me. My wife will tell you that. I have a pad next to my bed. I take notes about certain things that are going on in the country. I am a voracious reader of mostly history. I'm trying to figure out what's taking place, who's responsible for what. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's all well and good, but if I can't communicate that to you, if I don't have a platform like this or radio or book, then really it's all very interesting, but what's the point?
Yeah.
So I try to convey it to you in as many ways I possibly can, here on the airwaves, and especially through a book. There's a book I've just completed, a project that's taken me really about 16 months, but the writing's been about 12 months, morning, noon, and night, between other responsibilities. And I said, we have to come to grips with something here. You and I. And that is, yes, American Marxism.
Okay.
But who's responsible for it?
That's
You're
right.
right.
It doesn't just happen. Professors, yes. Ideologues, yes. Activists, yes. It's the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party has never accepted America from its birth to today. The Democrat Party was obviously in charge of the Confederacy.
Yeah.
Jefferson Davis was a Democrat. Most of the generals were Democrats. After the Civil War, the Democrat Party formed a group called the Ku Klux Klan.
Look.
One of their generals did.
Okay.
See, right there.
Hope you're looking at this video.
Hope you're looking right there. So whoever person keep thinking that we traded. No, you look like the slave.
Please. Come on.
You the slave, my boy.
Do your homework, good people. Right here. Who formed this group? Okay, let's keep going.
We take that. Look, this you right here, punk.
Stop it.
Ulysses S. Grant, a Republican president, sent the army down there to put down the Klan, was quite successful until the Democrats took the House the next election cycle, and he couldn't get the support to do it again. Then we have a period of segregation all the way into Plessy versus Ferguson, where you have a private rail company in Louisiana that wants to allow blacks to ride with whites. And who said no? The Democrat Party. Separate but equal, the Democrat Party. Segregated schools, the Democrat Party. Jim Crow, literacy tests, poll taxes, the Democrat Party. And I could go on and on. But today, the Democrat Party, it's a very chameleon-like party, has sort of switched position.
The
Now
mask.
it's a party of American Marxism.
Yep.
And it's doing grave damage to this country. So I thought it was time not just to call them out as we do here all the time on Fox,
Let's go.
but to do so in a way that is scholarly, substantive, and brutal.
Yes.
Because if we are going to save this country, and I truly mean it, the Democrat Party must not just be defeated, it must be obliterated. Is that
Obliterated.
provocative? No, they're provocative. And so I want to read this to you. This comes right out of the box, out of a book I wrote called The Democrat Party Hates America, because it's never embraced Americanism. Is it the pro-Constitution party today? No. Bill of Rights? No. Private property rights? No. Individualism? No. They're for groupism. Capitalism? No, they hate capitalism. How about e pluribus unum? No, it's the opposite with them. They believe in critical race theory, promoting races, enshrining race. There used to be a party of women's rights. Now they hate women, with transgenderism, destroying women's sports. Under Title IX, which was intended to support it, is a civil rights matter. How about citizenry? They hate the citizens. Joe Biden talks up foreigners even before they come into this country, while he trashes at least half of the American citizens
Exactly.
on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Do they like separation of powers? No. Do they like the Supreme Court? Only when it does what they wanted to do. How about the election process in this country? No, they want to destroy it. So what do they like about this country? Nothing. Just listen to what they've said. And so I point out, this book, The Democrat Party Hates America, is not intended to be provocative, but in the Democrat party-centric parts of our society, it undoubtedly will be. That said, it is not written for Democrat Party officials, politicians, media sycophants, activists, and surrogates. It's written for you, those patriotic Americans who fear for our country and its future. America is unraveling.
It is.
Our founding and history are under assault. Our families and faiths are being degraded. Individualism has been substituted for groupism.
That's right.
Colorblindness is now racist. Capitalism and prosperity are being devoured by economic socialism and climate change fanaticism.
That's
Read that
right.
again. Individualism has been substitute for groupism. Colorblindness is now racist. Capitalism and prosperity are being devoured by economic socialism and climate change fantasism. He is absolutely right. He is absolutely right. You're taking one thing and making it a thing, and then making rules and behind it and movements behind it. It is Marxism.
Classrooms have become indoctrination mills for racism, segregation, bigotry, and sexual perversion. And teachers' unions are hostile to parental involvement in critical decisions about the health and welfare of their children. In America, free speech and academic freedom are shrinking, and the police state is growing, as is monitoring and spying on citizens. The government is banning and regulating more and more household products, from incandescent light bulbs to dishwashers, while creating shortages and driving up costs of others. Crime is out of control in our streets, public transportation, and schools, while police budgets are slashed and many prosecutors and judges coddle violent criminals. Our borders are wide open to millions of foreigners who seek entry into the country as drug and criminal cartels ship killer drugs into our country by the tons and brutalize migrants by using them as indentured servants.
Yeah, that's
That is
man.
crazy. Look at the soldiers who are defending. And I mean, I know they never thought that they would probably have to be in a position like that.
Who, the soldiers?
Yes. Yeah. That's crazy.
And to me, what about the soldiers that are maybe Mexican American soldiers or Hispanic, just in general Hispanic soldiers, and they looking at other Hispanic people trying to cut the line per se and come on over.
I don't know, but
basically cut the line and come over and have a mediocre lifestyle. But I guess it's better from wherever you're jumping from. But because if you don't get to a certain level in this country, how capitalistic America is, you are not going to enjoy the life here. I mean, it's going to be better than the life or whatever if you were running from something over there. It's going to be better than that. But the life you're going to see people live over here is totally different. You're going to be like, oh, man, it's expensive to live here. And just to get on by here ain't worth it.
But there are also many options and opportunities that immigrants have coming over here if they come over here legally.
That's true.
That some American citizens don't have the opportunities to have, which is another problem in our country. But nevertheless, that ain't the way.
That's not.
And sex slaves. The Democrat Party is responsible for most of this and much more. It seeks to permanently control our governmental institutions, just as it dominates our cultural entities, from the media to academia and entertainment to science. It seeks to delegitimize and eviscerate the Constitution, including the Bill of Rights, the Electoral College, the Supreme Court, separation of powers, and so forth, which obstructs its ideological design. It abuses the rule of law by targeting its political opponents for harassment, investigation, prosecution, and even imprisonment. On October 30, 2008, when Barack Obama shouted to a crowd that we are 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America, he wasn't kidding.
Yeah.
On May 14, 2008, when Michelle Obama pronounced that we are going to have to change our conversation, we're going to have to change our traditions, our history, we're going to have to move into a different place as a nation, she meant it. The Obamas are not alone among Democrat Party apparatchiks in their contempt for the country. In fact, it is the rare top Democrat Party politician who regularly praises America and is sincere about it. They mostly trash talk the country and smear millions of people. The examples are too numerous to catalog here, but it is a party that is built on the demands and propaganda of revolutionary demagogues and malcontent, and has a horrifying history of supporting the most contemptible causes, including slavery, segregation, the Ku Klux Klan, and even lynching. Indeed, almost from the start, the Democrat Party rejected principles and values of the American experiment. And today it is the home of another anti-American movement, American Marxism, with its various ideological appendages. The Democrat Party ruling class, elites, and activists are united in this revolution. As the title of this book declares, the Democrat Party hates America. Indeed, if you want to fundamentally transform something, you clearly do not love it or even like it. As I've explained on my radio show, if someone says, I wish I could fundamentally transform my spouse, then you obviously don't love or like your spouse.
You're right.
But what if you do not want to fundamentally transform America and love our country? Then it is important to speak the truth about those who seek to impose their will on the rest. When dealing with such a dire threat to our freedom, society, and way of life, we cannot dodge our responsibilities as citizens.
That's right.
Yep.
Especially in my case.
That's right.
When I have such large platforms to push back.
That's right.
It can be difficult and unpleasant to speak out and write a book such as this, given the predictable outrage and anger that will surely result from numerous individuals and quarters. Nonetheless, the time is late and the cause is too important to self-censor. So let us step back and examine what is taking place in the central role of the Democrat Party.
Wow.
We got to get that book.
Yeah.
This is the longest book I've ever written.
I'm interested.
It is, I think, the most important book I've ever written. And there is scholarship in it, a lot of history in it, substance in it, present-day events in it, and the iron fist.
Let's go.
We cannot candy coat this any longer.
That's right.
People want bipartisanship. They want to coexist. I hear it all the time from the Republican leadership, Senate, from McConnell. I hear it from candidates like Chris Christie. I hear it from individuals like Chris Sununu and Asa Hutch. In my humble opinion, they do not comprehend what's going on in this country, and they do not comprehend what we're up against. From our classrooms to our workplaces to the border to our economic system to our faith to our family, they are all under assault. And they are all under assault as a result of the biggest political party in this country, the Democrat Party. It's time to call them what they are, and that's what I've done in this book.
Marxist.
The Democrat Party hates America. It's a phrase that we need to use over and over again.
Hey, Sean Hannity.
He said more than a mouthful. I'm so glad that he spoke up. I'm so glad that he said some of the things he said, because those are some solid, cold, hard facts. He's giving some trill information. So there's going to be another resource for you guys.
Absolutely.
Right there. We like providing resources to back up some of the things that we've been studying and learning as we continue to learn and grow. So we are definitely going to be sharing them so you can make an informed decision for yourself.
And as black people, and for all my black people that are listening, take heed to this. It's time to escape these slave ships that they've created, which is this Marxism, and it's time to be free, time to have a free mindset, focus on our country, building wealth, getting away from these stupid topics.
And let's say you decide to continue to vote Democrat. All right, that's on you. We ain't judging. Just saying. Do the research. Know the truth and the facts before you want to continue to talk out the side of your neck or, make comments that you have no support to substantiate. Or maybe you do. Maybe you have facts and maybe you still want to continue to hold on to the facts that you have and support a corrupt party. That's still on you. But the more you dig and the more research, you can make informed decisions. And once you have the truth, that's where it goes back to your spirit, man. Because that's what God and Christianity and Christ is all about.
In the name of Jesus
shall set you free by knowing what the truth is, not made up truth, not false indoctrinated truth, not things that people want to twist up and taint and pour a little bit of what they want to say in there to twist it up but still have a string of Christ running through it, because all the fake truths still have a string of Christ, Christianity, God going through them. One of my homegirls told me that many years ago.
That's why these crystals, because they give you good God energy.
And I said, okay. And when I started reading and researching things for myself, I was like, oh, wow, ain't no way I can agree to this, because my spirit is like, nah, this ain't it. Close it up.
That's right.
This ain't it. And then that's it. So that's what truth is all about. Not believing the lie, but you know the truth. That ain't it. So continue to do the research, but once you get the information from however many sources you want to use, you need to be able to have truth and then allow the truth to marinate in your spirit. And God deal with you on making a better decision.
And God deal with you if you know the truth, but you choose to do the opposite of the truth, then he will deal with you in a way that is worse than a person that has no clue that this is the truth.
Because the whole country is suffering, no matter what your political preference is in America and the United States. Everybody is feeling the wrath of the foolishness and nonsense that's going on. And if you don't see it for what it really is, then you are one of the ones that continue to believe a lie and fall for the okie doke. You still bound.
And I feel sorry for you.
You still enslaved.
I'm sorry. We broke our chains.
And that's real. And I don't care. You all know how we feel about things and not being afraid to say certain things. We're gonna tell you, the way we feel about it. We don't have a problem diving into controversial topics. We let you know we're still learning and growing, but it's time. It's time for more of us to speak up so we can make more informed decisions and do better as a culture, period. Lego. That's it. That's all I got to say. We love you guys. We appreciate all of your support.
Oh, I got an acronym adjustment. When somebody call you a coon, it's coaching others on our nation.
Let's
go.
Okay,
So you want to call me that? No.
Okay. Yeah, well, we're learning, we're learning. We don't have my degrees are not in history. I did enjoy history in school, but it was a very small scope of history that, and it was still centered from a certain angle and perspective. But now, as a full-fledged grown adult who can think for herself and knows how to discern, goes to God and just continues to read and talk to other people, you got to get outside of your comfort zone and be willing to listen to others as well, and not just stay huddled up and listen to people in your microcosm, in your micro environment. You got to be able to
your little circle, your little bit of circle,
a little
bit of boy man,
and listen and learn. And grow and read.
All right. And on that note, like, comment, subscribe. Don't take a nosedive, but comment down in the section below. The giveaway is still going. Yes. Slots are still filling up. And we'll see you on the next one, man.
Love you guys.
We'll see y'all go.
Yeah.
Bye.